Welcome in, everybody, to another episode of Wednesdays at the Wink. I'm TJ Downing with the SMG Network here on campus with the Walsh Cavaliers, and today we get a chance to talk to the women's soccer team. Always love being with the Cavaliers. Again, make sure you come out and patronize the Winking Lizard here at Washington Square. Wherever you're going, if you go Larry Stout Field, whether you're going to Alumni Arena, before the game, after the game, stop by and patronize the Winking Lizard. They do a ton for us. Great environment, great atmosphere, a lot of great things, Coach. Coach, got you back on again. My Jackson Polar Bear, my Ashland Eagle. You're here at Walsh and, doing big things. Coach Hannah Brown, Lexi Twaddle. Let's just get right into it. Talk about Finley. That's big deal, right?
Yeah, it was a good win for us. We're coming off a hard week. It was probably one of our hardest stretches this season. And so to finish off with a 3-2 win over a team we haven't won against in 5 years is massive. But that's what we aim to do. We're trying to just take each game one at a time and, dissect what we need to do, game plan, not really let anything before us impact that, not anything after is what we're looking at. It's just every opponent one at a time. We didn't even realize it was a big game or a big win like that until afterwards, which is the point. Just take each game, try to win each, have goals for each game, get through it, and find a way to what we want to achieve, and nice things like that come with it.
Find a way to win. We're going
Always.
to talk about that a little bit before you get a chance to talk about Lexi Twaddle, who you got here now. She's your vocal leader on the team from what I've heard so far. We want to remind everybody, listen, if you want to know anything about Walsh Cavalier Athletics, download the Walsh Cavalier mobile app, the Walsh Athletics mobile app. You can go to Google Play, Apple Store, wherever you get your apps. Get up to date on schedules, scores, when they're playing, get tickets, everything you need, and also go to athletics.walsh.edu. Okay, Coach, this is your vocal leader. She hails from the Big Macs, Canton, McMillan, out of Pittsburgh. Tell us a little bit about Lexi Twaddle, introduce her, and really kind of break down what she does on the team.
Okay.
And she a senior leader? Is she
Junior. Lexi's junior for us, yeah.
Okay. Tell us about Lexi.
No, Lex, first off, great kid. I've been her coach for 2 years now, and has always been one of the most respectful, polite, hardworking kids that I've coached. And outside of that, on the field, a ton of energy. She plays forward for us. We just kind of switched to a new formation this season with playing with two, and her way to adapt and work with whoever we put on the field with her, she does well with everybody, on and off the field. And just her personality kind of shows through her play. She loves to get forward and loves to be in the mix in front of goal. And when she doesn't, find the goal at times, she gets really mad at herself for a hot second. And then she turns around and she brings that energy again. Plays on both sides of the ball really well for us. And just, I know when I put Lex in that she's going to give me everything she has. And I never have to question that with her. And so overall, just great human. And I love having her on the team. And she makes me laugh. And she, likes this kind of stuff and has her own blog and does all that. She's
need
very
a job.
active.
SMG Network is hiring.
I
You
mean,
need a
yeah,
job?
if you're hiring.
She's
Okay.
great, man.
Little side
Internship.
hustle.
Yeah.
Thank you, Coach.
You're,
You're welcome, Lex.
you're a forward that likes to go forward.
Yes.
From what I heard. Okay. Tell us how you got here. You come out of Pittsburgh, the Big Mac, right? Canton,
Yes.
McMillan. What was it that drew you to Walsh University?
So there was a point where I didn't know if I wanted to play in college or not. I was still looking around, but I wasn't really doing too much. I really like to work, so towards the end of my senior year, that was primarily where I was focusing. I'd get early work release, go to school, go straight to work, go to sleep, do it all again. And
Were you in prison? You got early work release?
I loved it. I really did. I love working. So that was my life for the last couple months of my senior year. And it was probably around maybe the first week of March, second to last week of February, around that time that I was like, okay, I do want to play in college. So I started looking around. I didn't want to go too far. Years prior, I was like, I'm going to Florida. That's where I want to go. But I'm so glad I did not.
Cut. We can't talk about the Florida Gators. We're not talking anything Florida here today. So you're obviously a business major. Now that I know you like to work.
I'm a biology major with business and psych minors.
Okay. So tell me, that's a lot right there, right? I was just
Yeah.
I was like the sports and leisure studies guy. I just, 2.5 GPA, just stay eligible.
Yeah.
What is everything you just said right there, what does a course load look like for you right now with trying to balance, being the junior on a soccer team that coach is asking you to go forward and all that? I mean, it's a lot to do, right?
Yeah, it's definitely a lot. I mean, I knew what I was getting myself into in the beginning, but I didn't think it was anything I couldn't handle. I'm kind of closing in on my prerequisites that I'm going to need for my master's post-grad. So a bit heavy right now with soccer and work going on, but it's, again, nothing I haven't really prepared myself for.
Yeah, good luck with that GMAT. That was a tough one. All right. When you start to think about some of your greatest moments since you've been here at Walsh, obviously Coach Brown's been here now. This is her second year, going through a transition where you had one coach going to another, different philosophies, different styles, and just expectations out on the field. What are some of your greatest memories right here on campus?
I think the camaraderie is something within the team that you can't get anywhere else. We've had a couple of our friends transfer, and the one thing that they say is that they miss that camaraderie between the team. And I don't think, there was actually a point in time where I wanted to transfer, and putting all school and everything except for the team aside, I knew in my heart I could not leave the girls. It was just something like I knew I was meant to be here. And I just think it's those little memories that in a whole kind of keep you going and keep you happy.
I think what you're trying to say is it was something special about Coach Brown.
It was Coach Hannah Brown.
Okay. Okay.
No. It's their teammates. It's them.
It was
there
Walsh
is no
women's
us without
soccer.
them. Yeah. And
Yeah.
so what I tell them all the time is we steer the boat, but they determine how far we go. And with them, they're just a tight-knit group that I know they're going to show up every day and give us everything they have. And, when there's highs and lows and adversities that come with not just within a team, but each individual journey, and reflecting on that and see what is the best route for you. The last year, like last fall, me and Lex had a lot of conversations about what is best for her. And I know that at the end of the day, like, she wanted to be a part of this program, but also without the teammates and the camaraderie that she has, that's more important than the relationship that, outside of anything else. And so for them, it's building together, and the change in leadership's never easy. But understanding what the expectations are, and as we move forward with growth, it's not easy as well. But I think Lexi's grown a massive amount over the last year, and so with that, it's so over teammates, and so every kid's journey is different. But I know with Lex that she's always going to talk to me like a responsible kid, and I know what she's telling me is like she feels it. Like she'll give you a straight answer because that's just who Lexi is. And so each kid has that different journey, but I know Lex is one that's a unique story that I'm happy she's able to share.
Yeah. What's different for you from year one to now year two?
Not a ton. I mean,
you're obviously more settled in,
Yeah, and I am what I am. I'm not a calculated coach or anything like that. I've always told the girls what they see is what they get, and I try to be as transparent with them as possible. And we run on that as a culture. We are committed to each other. And so from last year to this year, really the biggest change is we lost a big class of 10, brought in 13. And so we almost matched however many players we had. So we have 16 returners and 13 new. So it's been a lot of meshing new with returners, and it's taken a long time for them to kind of get that balance on the field a little bit and settled in with who fits where and changing formations. But outside of that, our mission remains the same. Even through what one maybe would call a rebuild year, our same goal is the same. And so for us to go into every game with the expectation of we want to win and finding a way to do that outside of who our personnel is and how long they've been here. But no, our mission everywhere I've coached and every year is I'm here to I hate losing more than I like winning. And so that's what we try to do and build up who we are through that process.
Yeah, we've talked about that a lot on our previous 3 episodes about you learn more from your losses than you do your victories.
For sure.
And while we have a chance, let's talk about some of our great sponsors: Sam Center, Huntington Bank, Cleveland Clinic, Mercy Hospital, BSN Sports, and Bell Stores. We're here at the Wednesday at the Wink, right here at the Winking Lizard in Washington Square. And Coach, when we talk about, you win with people, obviously, right? You have to have good people around you. Walsh University, Walsh Cavaliers, athletics have great people around them, great sponsors. Sam Center giving back over 13,000 pounds of food to veteran families in need every first and third Friday of the month. Shine a little light on some of the assistants that you have, some of the others. It's not just you, right?
No, it's not. My assistant coach, Lauren Lindesmith, we actually go way back. We were high school teammates at your dreaded Jackson. So there's multiple polar bears on this staff. And us being able to come back and work together was something that we didn't really ever have planned. But being able to have the opportunity to do so last season was something that we were super stoked to start. And so we are still building what we have a vision of, and we work very hard to do that every day. And so there's no way I could do this without her. And so it's been amazing to be able to do that with a friend and someone you trust thoroughly, and know that she gives you everything and gives the girls everything every day. And then Megan Anderson, our GA, Coach Anderson,
Whoa, what's going on here?
It's an inside joke.
I know you're the joker. You're the funny one.
She is, and Meg's great. This is her second year with us. She played here as well, and so she, coming in as the new coach, that I didn't go to Walsh. I'm the only one on the staff that didn't, and so learning the traditions and how the team likes to operate, and even just small things of how we carry ourselves on the road and what kind of traditions we have with that. Having a student athlete who played with half the girls on the team and knows them, she's been a huge asset for us, and Meg's just awesome, and being able to work with her and see her grow as a coach in her own right is just rewarding. So I got very, very lucky with the staff I have, because you're nothing without your assistants.
Yeah, you win with people, right?
Yes, sir.
And, you're still a GMACer. You're an Ashland Eagle.
Yeah, I was a GLEACer back when that day, but so is Walsh. So yeah, we've all kind of transformed to the GMAC now.
You talked a little bit about the vision, right? The vision, Lexi, for you when you're coming into your junior year. You set certain goals. Obviously, most athletes in whether it's Division I, Division II, Division III, college athletics, first thing starts with winning your conference, right? Is that like kind of the goals? What are some of your goals, personal and team-wise, that you want to hit in 2024?
Well, I think you hit the nail right on the head there with winning conference. I feel like that's everyone's primary goal there, but some little goals along the way would be, contributing with the team, keeping that camaraderie. We just brought in 13 girls, so that's difficult. That's like bringing in an army against an already army. So, having that blend.
Great inter-squad scrimmages, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, it's been an intense week of practice this week. It's been good.
It sure has. Yes, so I think just, I don't want to say keeping the peace, but, making everyone feel welcome and having their part, and then just being a good team together and winning one game at a time, being where your feet are. During that Finley game, Coach said we didn't know how big of a win that was. We haven't beat them in 5 years, but we weren't thinking about that. We were on the field, feet were where we were, and we won that game. And just taking every game one at a time and bringing everything we can to get to those bigger goals is really important.
Sounds like a coach on the field,
She
right?
nailed
That's
it.
that
She nailed it.
she nailed it. Foundation right there, Coach. Okay, so tell me, Hannah, what does your recruiting process look like when you're bringing in 13 girls, right? Where does it start? What's your process? I mean, are there certain areas that you're targeting? Is it Northeast Ohio? Is it Stark and Summit? I mean, how does that all go for you?
Yeah, I think every class is a little different. Obviously, we know there's talent here locally. Growing up here, playing here my whole life, I know what this area can produce, but it's negligent to assume this is where you're going to get everybody. And so I would say a large number of our girls for our 24 class were Northeast Ohio. But, our girls come from all over the place. One of our incoming freshmen actually is from Washington. Her family relocated here, and this is where she ended up playing with us. And so next year's class has nobody's from Ohio yet. We have one from Cincinnati, one from Kentucky. And so we stay local and try to find as many local kids as we can. Going to another game tonight, we try to hit at least 1 to 2 high school games a week. Even though we're in season, it's important to me. High school sports are massive here, and so there's a lot of good programs here. But outside of that, it's really, I try to watch kids as much as I can, get to know them as people, how they carry themselves on the field, off the field. I tell the girls all the time, their nonverbals are massive, and just how they are, during season, we're spending more time with each other than our families. And so being ready to spend 4 years and working together towards what your vision is, and then buying into that, trying to know them as much as you can before, outside of their talent and what they could bring positionally. It just depends on the person themselves is the bigger one. So.
Lexi, better Washington than Jackson. If not better than that, we'll talk about Canton McMillan. Sorry, Coach. Tell me about your soccer journey, right? You said you weren't even sure if you wanted to do
Yeah.
college athletics, play soccer in college. Was there other sports that you played in high school? What really was like the final deciding factor? Like, I mean, obviously soccer probably started for you at a young age, or was it
Right,
something that kind of
yeah.
came late in high school?
I started playing soccer probably when I was like 3 years old. I was really only in it for snack time, but I kind of stuck it out as I am here today. Throughout middle school and high school, I was also a runner. I was crazy back then. I loved to
I mean,
run.
you almost have to be, right? Like, the conditioning and the
Yeah, I love
cardio,
it.
the
It's their
endurance.
least favorite part, but it's a necessary part.
It is,
For
yeah.
your position as a forward, like you're constantly moving. There's just a lot going on, right? I mean, we're talking
Right.
that amount of time, that field. Like, I was an offensive lineman. Like, I hated running, but like, I mean, I watch soccer players. I'm like, oh my gosh, your conditioning and cardio has to be through the roof, right?
Yeah, certainly. Big aspect of the game on and off the field. Yeah, during my high school year, my senior year of high school, I was a little shaky about it. But my club coach, Coach Bob, he kind of made me realize that I had a bit more to bring to the table than just a high school player, and he really helped me throughout that time. And yeah, found Walsh, and I've been thankful ever since.
Had a couple Big Macs. I mean, that doesn't really help
Oh
with
my
your
goodness.
conditioning and
I actually
cardio.
don't like
but-
Big Macs.
So off season, right? Coming in to this year, what does that whole training regiment look like for
In spring?
for a soccer player? I mean, when forward, obviously different positions on the field. What are some of the things that you do to train your athletes?
Yeah, no, spring's massive for us. It's hard as a fall sport athlete because they go home for 3 months, and you're just like, hopefully they take this training with them and do their summer fitness packet. But in spring it's massive because development is huge for us. That's our time to be able to try new things, and we make a training plan for each one of the girls individually for them, and some of that includes fitness, but a lot of it is ball work and those small detailed things that you don't really have as much time for in the fall because it's 2 games a week and it's just let's roll. And so for us, it's our heavy lifting time. Heavy conditioning time, and trying things on the field. We luckily have 5 scrimmage dates at this level, so that's a fair amount to be able to go and test things out and find different levels of competition to play against and see how we stack up. But then, it's really just ingraining. This past spring was heavy culture as well, off the field, and how we build as a team with 16 girls who are here and 13 new coming in. That was a huge component for us that doesn't have anything to do with fitness and soccer. And so we tried to attack both even head on. And then over summer, they're kind of charged with doing their own navigation of what that looks like, and they've got their fitness tests when they come in that they know they have to prepare for. But outside of that, it's just if you have kids who are bought into what you're doing and want to continue to get better and improve every year, they carry that motivation with them. And these girls do a fantastic job of training over the summer and preparing themselves to come in and go from the jump, because we only get like 4 days of preseason, and then we're right into classes, and it's not as much time to be together. So would love to be able to have more time in preseason and get them ready together more. But we take with what we got, and they're very good about
That's a lot of trust on your part, right? Trusting
Yeah.
that these,
Yeah.
and you got to have leaders that
Yep.
can, do all that. Lexi, when you start to think about some of the other girls around you, right? I mean, you can't do it yourself, right? We talked about you in with people. Shed a little light on some of the other girls that came in with your recruiting class, some of the other juniors, maybe some of your senior leaders, and really you're the funny one, right? But who are the leaders that when it gets a little tight, gets a little tough,
Yeah,
you guys look to?
I love my team, and I think we're all leaders in our own way. The Steins have always been girls that I've looked up to. Allie's one of our captains, and Hannah and I both play forward, so I've always looked up to both of them for many different reasons. Within my group, I think all of us can step up to the pitch if needed. We all have our voice. We're all very close-knit, very well working together, so definitely the Steins for sure. Key is a great captain as well.
Yeah.
She's been there for us. If you're not passing that beep test, you are, because Key is going to push you over that line and pull you right back down the other way.
What's the beep test?
You don't want to know.
Is this part of the
fitness test.
the fitness? Okay, so tell me about it. It's been on my mind since you said it because I hated fitness tests. We said we
Yeah.
do
We
all do.
gassers across the field, but
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
It's not that bad.
Okay.
We're going to write that down. All right.
Now
Don't
she's gonna
quote me
make
on
it
that.
tougher.
No.
Man, watch out! You still got a senior year left.
Well, it's what, 22 yards? 22?
Yeah.
22 yards. You got a cone at one end and cone at the other end. You go down. It's a nice little jog in the beginning. That's level 1. You got to get to level 10 to pass for Walsh.
Certain times you got to meet. Yeah,
It's
each one
gets
has to be
quicker.
better. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like a VO2 max test, and so basically the peeps get closer together as the time increases, and so it's actually each level is only 1 minute, so it's really just 10 minutes of running. It's
Right.
nothing too insane, but it does get much quicker as you go along, and so it's
I'm already sweating. I'm like, oh my God.
it's
I don't
really
wanna run today.
a gauge for us to be able to see where we are.
Yeah.
And so the 10 is the benchmark, but we work past that. I think
Right.
our record this year was 13
Yeah.
from a freshman, actually. So it's something that it's a hurdle, and it's part of what we have to do. And then that's the first thing we do, and then it's over, and we move on to the other stuff.
Do you ever run the pacer test in grade school?
No, is that the mile?
We should do that right now, the
No.
beep test.
Okay. Yeah,
They-
I think I can do 22. That's not really that bad.
That's fine.
53, gassers, cuts, all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, 30 seconds. Yeah.
And mine's on Monday, so
heart's
there's
already- my heart's already
there's a
racing.
nice little variation of a number of types of drills that we can. Figure eights are also a classic.
What was that about Monday?
What'd you do on Monday?
Oh, whoa. We did a little bit of fitness Monday, yeah.
You got in
I
trouble?
thought you meant like this.
No.
No.
I just want to get better.
No, yeah. It was at the end of practice, and that's where it really hits,
It's different.
Too many Big Macs.
can I say.
Oh, man, I'll tell you what. Really appreciate you guys. Hannah Brown, head coach of Walsh Cavaliers women's soccer, and Lexi Twaddle. Really, when you kind of sum things up here before we get on to the other two girls, before we wrap this thing up here to the next segment, 2024 season, right? Where you're at right now, just get the win over Finley, first time in 5 years. What, I know you mentioned that it's one game at a time, and all coaches are going to say that, one game at a time, but like outside of winning the conference, the Great Midwest Athletic Conference, what's the next biggest hurdle? Who sets the bar inside of the GMAC?
I'd be remiss to say if it's not Ashland. I mean, their style of play is a bit different than ours, but, nationally ranked the last 2 seasons last year, they spent, I think it was 6 weeks at #1 in the country. Our whole conference is it's one of the best in the country. And so really the bar is set every week. The team we're playing tomorrow tied a team that we just tied in our first opener of conference. And so if you cannot take a single day off, mentally, physically, it's a grind for the entire season, but that's why you play in the GMAC. That's why you play here. You want to be in a program that pushes you every week, and there are no gimmies. And so I would say, the next to raise our level of consistency, I would compare to be a goal like Ashland. But the way that we do it is one in our own. And for us, every week is kind of, we see how we develop a little bit more. Obviously, we have expectations for what we want to achieve this season, but for us, we set goals for every game that we want to try and hit. And if we can hit those goals, we find ourselves in a position to get the result. And so if we can do that consistently and keep competitive practicing going as much as we can, we're hoping to be where we want to be, and it's just over a month away. It's going quickly. But even Malone next week or 2 weeks from now is one that we've circled because they're our rival and we've done well against them. But
for market, right? Come on.
yeah, it's going to be a battle. They're having a great season, and so we want people to do well. We want to have a high competitive league, but that keeps us on our toes. So if we handle things the way we should hopefully be competing in playoffs again this season. That's ultimately our goal, is get there and see what kind of noise we can make when we get in there.
Making some noise. I'll tell you what, I think you were getting ready to answer that question before Coach got it. I was kind of in the headset with you, and you were going to say us, right? She said Ashland. You were like us, right? We're the bar, right? Us?
I
We wanna
think, this past Saturday when we beat Finley, I think
That gives you a lot of juice, a lot of confidence, right?
it certainly did. And I think our team reached a fuller potential than we have seen in the past couple of games. We came off of a rough few, Northwood and Cedarville, but once we hit Finley, it was like, okay, we are capable of beating any team in this GMAC. We can beat any team. We just have to show up, play as a team, be where your feet are, and that's it. Just take it game by game.
All right, Lexi, last question before we get out of here. Tomorrow night, right? Get back at it. What's the message to your teammates, right? Coach is going to do everything she can, but ultimately, coach is coach, players play. When you get out there and it's just you and your teammates, what's the message? Like right before 30 seconds before the clock starts rolling.
You know, I mean, I've been saying it this whole time. A big thing is just being where your feet are. Yeah, we're playing a game right now. That's your main focus. It's there if you want it. And yeah, it's yours to take it. Don't wait. Don't wait on anything. It's yours.
Seize the moment.
Seize the moment.
Right? Carpe diem. Coach, you got some quotes you guys do throughout the locker room?
I mean, not necessarily that we follow.
Swords sharpen swords.
Swords up, man, always. But no, it's we just bind to each other, and that's all we care about. It's no one else. It's just about us and how we carry ourselves and what we do every game. And you do things right and you work hard, good things will come, and that's all you can focus on. So they do that every day. It's a good group and they work hard.
Coach Hannah Brown, my
Thank
Jackson
you.
Polar Bear, my Ashland Eagle, and now getting it done for the Walsh Cavaliers. Appreciate you guys. Lexi Twaddle, tomorrow night, get it done.
Sir.
I'll tell you what, I don't know how we're going to beat that. Those girls have a lot of pressure. There is a lot of pressure on these girls. You're the funny one, right? I mean, do we have any?
Oh, just wait till you get O'Malley. Ask her about her fingers.
Well, I already saw she got the blue tape all around
Circle
it.
keeper.
Yeah. Okay.
She's got 8 fully operating fingers.
Okay. She like quarter pounders or
honestly,
crispy chicken sandwich nuggets
probably.
She'll talk to you about McDonald's.
She does like McDonald's.
Thank you guys very much.
Yeah.
Hannah Brown, head coach of the Walsh Cavaliers women's soccer team. Get back after it tomorrow night. Lexi Twaddle, appreciate you guys. We'll be back with more after this. TJ Downing with the SMG Network here at Wednesdays at the Wink. Wednesdays at the Wink, the Washington Square Winking Lizard. Make sure you come and check them out. Get it done whenever you're going over here to campus across the street, supporting and getting after and behind the Walsh Cavaliers. Come over here. Make sure you get out and check out these girls. Coach, appreciate you. Lexi, we'll be back with more after this. Welcome back to Wednesdays at the Wink. TJ Downing here with the SMG Network, hanging with our Walsh Cavaliers right across the street from Walsh University, Washington Square, Winking Lizard. That's where you need to be. Make sure you come over here and patronize our great friends here, whether you're going to the game, after the game, whatever it may be, Alumni Arena, Chikini Center, down here at Larry Stoufield. Make sure you come here and patronize the Washington Square Winking Lizard. Also, special shout out to the Sam Center, Huntington Bank, Cleveland Clinic, Mercy Hospital, BSN Sports, and Bell Stores. And before I introduce these girls, if you want to learn more about them and stay up to date on them, make sure you download the Walsh Athletics mobile app. Google Play, Apple Store, wherever you get your apps at, download the Walsh Athletics mobile app or go to athletics.walsh.edu. Okay, first of all, Ramsey Smith, the sophomore from Canton, and O'Malley O'Quinlan from Speyside, Ireland? No. From Dayton, Fairmont, the Firebird. Okay. Got the two sophomores here, and I had a chance to just talk with Lexi and Coach Hannah Brown, and obviously big things, right? And you guys are still fairly young, but not beating Finley in 5 years and finally getting that done brings a lot of juice and a lot of confidence to your entire team, right?
Yeah.
I mean, talk about that. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
Finley.
I mean, it was a great game. I think collectively, we all really stepped up to the plate, and I know for me, like I was really proud of our whole team for sure.
Especially like in the second half, I saw a whole new team out of us that definitely, like, you could tell we all had a fire under our butts and we wanted that game, and everybody in the stands knew, even Finley knew. So
Right. Yeah.
Ooh, I heard that. Okay. Hot take. Finley, you heard that. So I know that Lexi, I'm going to sit here and say I'm not the biggest soccer aficionado, right?
It's okay.
that's okay.
She, from what I heard, was a forward that likes to go forward, right, Coach? Forward that goes
Yes.
forward.
Yes.
Tell me about your guys' position. What is it? I know, well, who took the tape off? You took the tape off, right? You're all banged up. You're the goalie. We know that. Ramsey, tell me about your position and really what kind of drew you to soccer? I mean, was it when you were growing up in Chagrin Falls? Was it from a young age? Did you always know that you wanted to play soccer in college?
Well, so I play wingback, and I've been playing it since like Well, I'm new to wingback, but I used to be a winger since I was like young. Like I've been playing soccer since I think 3.
Time out. What's the difference between a winger and a wingback?
So winger is more like a forward, kind of just out wide. Wingback, everywhere.
Okay.
I'm running everywhere.
Yeah, you're the cardio. You're the conditioning one that we were talking about earlier. Yeah.
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 You're the what was it called? What's the conditioning test? The 22 yards to the cone and back.
Ooh,
The beep test.
Yeah, beep test. There you go. You're like the best one. You're the leader of the pack in the beep test.
I'd say I'm up there. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm the best, but I'm up there.
Yeah.
Oh, you're good.
You're the goalie. I mean, you don't even have to do the conditioning test. You
I
just-
do. I do.
She
have
loves
to
the
do
beep
it.
test.
What are your dimensions of the goal, right?
What do you mean? Like,
I mean, like you have what is it like a 10 yards like that where you cover your goal? that you
yeah, I
protect?
mean, like there's the goal, yeah,
Right.
and then
How wide-
there's
how wide-
6,
how
and then
wide
there's
is the goal?
18.
Okay.
I don't know. I should get on that.
Gosh, you are
I-
an
You should know this,
NCAA
bro.
Division II college athlete for
I
the
should
Walsh
probably get on
Cavaliers.
that.
Coach, we got
honestly.
problems. You need a new goalie. No, for you, O'Malley. Was that always what you want to do? Like, did you know you want to go to college? Did you know I mean, were there any other sports in it for you when
Yeah.
you're coming out of Dayton?
Yeah, so when I was little, I played. I've always played soccer. I've always played soccer, but I became a goalkeeper when I was 9. And that's when I really got into it. I actually hated it at first because I couldn't score the goals. I was so mad that I couldn't score the goals.
And you're over here breaking your fingers and like.
But like now, it's just like I could never imagine my life without it. Like I love being a goalkeeper. But I also played basketball in high school. I loved basketball. It was really good actually for goalkeeper training and stuff. So yeah, I loved
Shout
that.
out to Canal Fulton, the Northwest Indians, where he beat the
Fairmont Firebirds.
Fairmont
Yeah.
Firebirds.
But yeah, I've always.
What was your basketball game like?
You know, I did lead in charges. I could take a good charge. But I maybe had 3 points a game, 6 points a game. But
Yeah.
I was just in the corner, and and go to. But I hit it like a 3 a game. I was good at defense. But that's about it.
All right, so we'll just let everybody know right now that she did, before this segment, go and take off blue tape
Show
on the
the
left
hands.
hand.
Show the hands.
And tell me about the right
Yeah,
ring
so
finger there.
I have mallet finger. I did it at ODU. I went to save a ball,
Wait,
and it mallet finger.
Mallet O'Malley O'Quinlan.
Mallet finger, yes. I had mallet.
What is mallet finger?
It's like where you tear a tendon in
Yeah.
the top of your finger.
I
and
had one of those.
It
That's why I
looks
got
a
that
little
little
crazy.
bump right
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
And
It
then
looks a
you
little
gotta put
crazy.
that little straightener on
yeah,
it, right?
yeah. And then
Sucks.
I stove my finger at practice the other day.
So like when it happened, it was like that thing just kind of like hung
Yeah,
down. Yep.
it was scary, but I got checked out. They said I could play, whatever.
Okay, so your position, Ramsey, like you're like against the opposition. You're banging inside of the goal right there. You're taking head buzz. Like, I mean, there's a lot of physical contact that a lot of people don't really understand with soccer.
Yeah.
Like, there's some stuff that goes on, right?
Yeah, especially with wingback, like we're always in the final third or we're in our own third.
Yeah.
Like we're either playing defense or we're up crossing the ball in for
You
a
got to
goal.
basically
so.
do it all.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're the leader. Yeah.
Top dog.
Yeah, you know
Top-
me. You know me.
Yeah, she's running up and down
Yeah.
and up and down. I couldn't do that.
So, I mean, just really talk about, though, I mean, like some of the injuries that you can sustain outside of, you know, the goalkeeper over here. I mean, like when you're going up for a header, like going towards, like there's like concussions and like big time impact that happens in soccer, right?
Not as much. It's more like our nines and our our forwards and our center mids that are more in with that.
Okay.
Sometimes me, but
You just kind of hang back in the winger spot and just
yeah.
you know, watch it
I
all.
pick up the trash.
Wow. Trash man, Ramsey.
Trash me.
Okay, that's not sticking.
Yeah, that's not going to stick. But Mallet, O'Malley, O'Quinlan, that is going to stick. Okay, so one of the things I had a chance to talk with Lexi about were you know, obviously goals that you set before the season starts. Pretty much always for everybody starts with win your conference, win
Yeah.
the GMAC.
Yeah.
Tell me about some of your guys' individual goals and really what you kind of expect out of this team for this year.
Yeah, my biggest one is probably just like confidence within myself and my team. Like, I think with me, with being just a goalkeeper and just, there's only 2 of us on the team. I think being there for each other. Shout out to Madison. Love Madison.
What's up, Madison?
Madison. I think me and her do such a good job working together and bringing that to the team. And, because I think my players look to us for guidance and we look to them for guidance. But honestly, just being confident and myself and, again, not only myself, but my teammates and how good they can be and how good I can be.
Yeah, Ramsey, talk about some of the practices. Coach was talking about that a little bit earlier, that I think it was, Monday? Like, you guys were getting after it, like, pretty physical, tough practice. I mean, what is a daily, like, I know we obviously being a college athlete, being a college student athlete, right? There's a lot on your plate.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about some of the things, what you guys are majoring in, and I can't even begin to tell you what Lexi's doing. There's so much. Like,
Oh my gosh,
Lexi
is always doing something.
I couldn't do that.
Is she the one that's in SAC, or was it one of you? Student
She's in
athlete.
SAC.
She's in
Yeah.
tech, right?
Yeah.
What does a normal practice week look like? What does a normal workout look like for you guys?
Well, towards the beginning of the week, it's really mostly kind of just going to work, like what we said, like Monday. We'll do lots of playing. We'll play 11v11. We'll do some conditioning at the end, and then as closer we get
test.
That's triggering. Don't say that. That's a trigger word.
Seriously, Coach talking about beep tests, I started sweating. I'm like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I don't want to go 22 yards, see any cones, have to do circles.
Yeah. But, so we start pretty heavy in the week, and then once we get closer to games, it turns into more tactics and going over what other teams are going to do, what our game plan's going to be, and then we have a game. So.
Okay, so when I was a college athlete, one of the biggest things film study, right?
Yeah.
So when you're talking about that tactics, strategy, and breaking down that opponent, tomorrow night, what are you looking for? What are some of the things that Coach tells you, Coach Hannah Brown tells, the intricacies, right? Big word.
Yeah, that is a big word.
Lexi would have figured it out, but the no, seriously, when you're talking strategy, every team is different, right? Finley does something different than Ashland. Coach talked about Ashland. She is an Ashland Eagle, right? And she kind of said they're kind of at the top of the GMAC, right?
Yeah.
That's your measuring stick, but you beat Finley. So, what are the difference between Finley and Cedarville and Ashland? What are the things that you guys look at being a goalie and being a winger? Moving back, sorry.
Honestly, I look. They do such a good job with scouting reports. I mean, before every single game, we take a look at the scouting reports, and they do such a good job on what formation they do, what corners they do, who is the top 2-3 players that really make a difference in the game. And usually I look for the strikers. I look for the strikers, and I look for, and
You're not worried about the wingers.
Well, I'm worried about the wingers too, yeah, for sure. But usually the goal scorers, I like to, really focus on that. But and sometimes I even watch film on them. I'll look up their name and I'll watch it. But
ooh, you're making a list. You got
maybe not a list, but but I'll look at their name and I'll look at
my boy Mitchell Dunham, cross country. You guys know Mitch?
I've heard of him. I've
definitely heard of him.
I've heard of him. Yeah,
I don't know him.
He's
He's
athlete
a
of the
real
week
deal. Yeah,
all the
for sure.
time.
Yeah.
I don't know
runner.
him personally, but I've heard of him.
The runner.
Yeah. He was on here. I think we did cross country maybe first week, and he was calling out people. He was calling out dudes some dude from Robert Morris. He was calling these dudes. I'm like, okay,
trouble.
Make the list. No, it's not trouble. Confidence, right? Confidence. You get that from beating a Finley. You get
For
that.
sure.
Leadership comes in all different forms.
For sure.
Confidence comes is what did my boy Jim Tressel used to say? Confidence, not cocky, but just believing in yourself.
For
I mean,
sure.
but you guys, when you roll out there, you got a little swag, right? A little attitude.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you've got a little bit more of that after tomorrow night. You're going to bring a little bit more of that to the table just because of what just recently happened, right?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
For sure. Yeah.
Okay, so strikers, you're looking at are all strikers different? I mean, is it? Tell me.
I personally think so. I think that people just have different games.
Or is it just right foot dominant, left foot dominant, certain things that you're watching for?
Yeah, I mean, I usually look for their skills. When you come out on a ball as a goalkeeper, and you look, it's 1v1, and the girls like either take a touch around you when you come out, or they just fully strike the ball. I look for that, and if I need to stalk, or if I need to just fully come out on them.
You're a stalker?
No.
We got wingers, wingbacks, stalkers. I mean,
No, like stalking. Do you know what that means?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's like when you come out and you
Yeah,
kind of
like
like
mirror
wait
drill,
for them
mirror
to do
drill.
something.
Right.
Yeah, but I
watch,
usually
watch the way so they don't shake you down.
Yeah.
For a minute, right? You don't want to get shook down.
no.
That's
But
when
I
people
use-
score points.
Right.
Goals.
But I look for that. I look for that for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. But yeah.
So do you, I
Right.
mean, okay. So what is what? You got. Hey, listen,
Anyways.
Coach, where's Lexi at? Bring Lexi back. Oh my gosh.
Hey.
No, you guys are awesome. Seriously. O'Malley O'Quinlan, Mallet O'Malley O'Quinlan, and Ramsey Smith, TJ Downing with the SMG Network. Again, download the Walsh Athletics mobile app. Go to Google Play, Apple Store. Go to athletics.walsh.edu. Keep up to date on these girls. They're going to be playing tomorrow night. They're doing some big things. Coach Hannah Brown in her second season. Really, really good things here with on the campus of Walsh University. Walsh Cavalier Athletics here Wednesday at the Wink, Washington Square. Man, stop out here. We got to give a chance to shout out some other really special people. Cleveland Clinic, Mercy Hospital, BSN Sports, Bell Stores. Make sure you check out the new Bell Stores. I'm sure you guys have been there, right?
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
Wait, so Lexi told me that when she first got into soccer, when she was like 3 years old or something, right? She was just playing because of snack time. She was talking about like.
Oh, yeah.
I think she's told us that before.
Yeah.
She's definitely told us that before. No, snack
Hey, I
time
don't
is
blame her.
amazing. I used to have like grapes and stuff.
And orange slices.
Orange slices.
Orange slices.
They got those at Bell Stores.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Maybe,
do. Yeah, probably.
All right, here we go.
I never looked for them there.
Yeah, me
The
neither.
winger, Ramsey Smith, getting wings at Wednesdays at the Wing. Okay.
Oh, see what you did there.
Got it. All right. Huntington Bank, Sam Center. Make sure you check out Serving Air Military. New facility up in Canal Fulton over in Maslin as well, giving back over 13,000 pounds of food to veteran families in need every first and third Friday of the month. Get behind the Sam Center, donate when you can. And tomorrow night, you know, when you start to think about one of the things I think is great about Walsh University, and I told, have you met any of the rugby guys or the rugby
Oh my
ladies?
gosh, they're awesome. They are awesome.
They really are.
Yeah.
They are awesome.
They're bringing a little juice to campus.
They
They're bringing,
are.
like,
They are.
yeah, the Armies, Navies, Penn
Yeah.
States coming on, okay. And when I've covered Walsh athletics for how many years now? Can't even remember. I got hit in the head a lot. I was in a winger or a wing back, but I got the concussions, the head-to-head contact. One of the great things is that like other student athletes come out and support, right?
Oh yeah.
You know, whether it's at Larry
Yeah.
Stout Field, whether it's over Alumni Arena, like you see President Collins over there surfing through the crowd, for, like volleyball
You'll hear him.
games,
You'll
like
hear
super
him.
cool, right? I mean, like
Yeah.
that type of energy when you get to play and perform. I mean, that's why you play sports in college. You know, it's taking a little bit of a step up, and Walsh Cavalier athletics is there's just a buzz, there's a feel, there's a vibe, and you know, you got Larry Stoutfield, people come out and support you and they're cheering, and the energy. I mean, you obviously thrive off that, right? I mean,
Yeah.
if there is one thing that you could say to the fans and to the people out here watching this right now, would you say, like, just come out tomorrow night, but, like, be loud? I mean, tell me. What makes it so special? What makes Walsh Athletics so special to you guys?
I think honestly, like we both have roommates that play basketball, and I have a roommate that plays volleyball, and they all come out like in a group and just like watch us, and they are loud, and then we have a guy that comes to every single game. He's our GA's boyfriend. His name's David, and he is
Shout out David.
Shout out David.
Hi,
Shout out
David
David.
is always
David.
so awesome.
Make sure you
Like,
go to the Winking Lizard, David.
David, oh my gosh, David would be great on here.
He would
I'll
be
tell you
great.
right now, David, you always hear him, but like the
Your
support.
GA, is that Megan?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
cool.
Meg
Okay.
Anderson. Yes.
Yeah.
But it's great. Like it's also really supportive. Like it's not like, you know, those parents that are like, oh, you know. I mean, our parents can get loud, but I think that it's all really supportive. That's what I like about it.
Yeah, especially at Walsh, like it's also a reason because I remember I came to one of the games last year, or 2 years ago, to like see if I wanted to come here, and I saw how many teams would just come out and support just like the women's soccer. Because in high school, like no one would really go to women's soccer games, and now like the energy here, like I'm actually excited to play because of the fans. So
yeah, for sure.
What was your ultimate deciding factor on choosing Walsh to go to college and play soccer?
It was definitely like, well, not only did I love
was it that? I mean, was it that
wasn't,
energy,
like,
that environment?
I definitely could tell that there was a good energy that helped,
Yeah.
and like even the team, like I could see how close the team was, and like I remember I had girls reaching out to me, and I was like, even in high school, I didn't have that experience where like the older girls would reach out to me, so that definitely helped a lot. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
We also, like, me and Ramsey, like, we met, and we instantly, like, clicked. Like, we were pretty
Did you
close.
guys compete against each other in high school? Did
No,
Kent
no, no.
Unfortunately, we
No.
didn't.
Whoa. Unfortunately.
I'm kidding.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
No.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
She's over here dropping bombs. Like she's like,
No,
Liz, I'm
no,
coming after
no.
you. Like you're lucky you didn't play
No, I love
me. Like
O'Malley.
I'm the man. Hey. Okay, so tell me, what is that moment like? You know, when and unless you're an athlete, unless you've done it before, like that moment before, like it gets ready to start tomorrow night, right? 7:30.
What?
What time you guys play tomorrow night? 7?
Oh,
7:30?
5.
5. Okay.
Yeah.
5.
Sorry. I
What's-
thought he meant tonight. I was like, what?
We have a game tonight?
My bad.
No, you guys got to do the beep
Yeah,
test.
yeah.
On me?
let's
Okay,
start,
no,
let's start running. Sorry.
no.
What's tell me? What's 4:59 like? Right? 4:59, like a minute before you're getting ready to do your thing, compete. You know, it's no more
Yeah.
practice. You're going against somebody else in
Mm-hmm.
a different color jersey. Like, who's the vocal leader? Because it's not Lexi. She just
It's this girl.
it's her.
She gets our team hype.
Yep.
I know every second when
You're
we're
the hype-
huddling up, she's in
Can't
the
call you hype
huddle.
man, hype woman.
She's the hype man.
Ramsey.
Okay.
No, but really,
stop.
like every game, I'm excited for like O'Malley to like guess it, and she always gets us like smiling, laughing, and gets us
mallet.
walking.
The mallet.
But yeah, really, like she really gets our team together and the energy up.
Aw,
So.
Yeah.
thanks, Rams.
Oh, you're welcome.
So that's 4:59, right? When you're getting ready to start at 5, 4:59, she's going nuts. Like,
She
oh,
is.
let's go. Right?
She really is.
Well, I mean, like for me, I really like my pregame ritual, right? I
gosh.
pray during the national anthem. I do a little prayer.
too.
I do a little prayer, and then once I get in the huddle, we do this thing. We go clap. We do and then it gets faster.
I'm praying for you right now. That for your injuries. I want you to be healthy.
Thank you. I appreciate it. But we get in. We like, yeah, you know. And then we do Cavs on 3, 1, 2, 3, Cavs, right? Hype. And then the music, there's this like trap
What's the song?
remix.
What's the music?
It's
I
like
don't.
a trap remix.
Remix?
Yeah.
And it,
Is
like,
that when President Collins starts going buck too? Like,
probably.
When he's going, swords up.
Probably.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Swords
That's when you
up."
hear
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, but like, and then we go out to the field. We kneel down. We kind of get each other going. Here we go. Like, you know, and then we do another Cavs on 3. And then
more trap music.
more trap. It's like dun 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 dun. dun.
Yeah.
I know the beat.
It's in my head. I hear it in the
but
back of my head.
Everybody's like jumping.
Yeah.
It's great. It's a
Hey
great
guys, back in
feeling.
the studio. Cue the music right now. The trap music. Got the trap music? Okay, you hear it, headset? Okay. Okay. When obviously you guys are still very young sophomores, what do you want people to remember when they look back on the 2024 women's soccer team from Walsh University?
You can go
Oh, yeah.
first.
I just want, like, our team, I think this year, like, compared to last year, our chemistry is insane. We're all very close. So, like, when people look back, especially from our grade, because we're young and we want to, like, keep this energy going, like, until we're graduated. But I definitely want teams to see, like, we put the work in. Like, we're a hardworking team. We're a team to watch out for. And, yeah.
Yeah. I definitely think like we had a recruit come the other day, and I met her, and I met her parents, and it was great. And then I saw her in the stands, and I was like, I want her to know, like, just by this warm up kind of, it sounds cheesy, but like I want her to know by this warm up what kind of team we are, like before we even play.
That sounds like Coach Hannah Brown talking to you. Yeah, you want like check her real quick? Yeah, I feel like that's you. Hey. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Coach Hannah, she her second year. That when you talk about the chemistry and the camaraderie, like that's has a lot to do with her, right?
Yeah,
I mean, it starts at
absolutely.
the top, you know, leadership and the top dog, right?
Right.
What has she really meant to both of you?
I know for me, I know.
Oh, she's not listening.
She's
No,
not
she's not
listening.
listening. Yeah.
I know for me, she's
Coach,
meant,
you got to go in the other room right now.
I know for me, she's meant like a lot to me.
Yeah.
She, you know, we got recruited by another coach, so it was hard when she left. But Hannah coming in, like, I couldn't ask for a better coach. Honestly, like, she's there for us. She checks on us. Anything we need, she's there, and she knows how to. Like the other day, I was a little. I wasn't playing to my potential, and I knew I wasn't. And she looked at me. She's like, "You good?" And I said, "Yeah." She goes, "Are you good?" And I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "You got that." Like and she knew how to, but getting
She
to know
was
her
like
players.
eyes locked
Yeah,
in. Like she was like
getting
staring
to,
into your soul.
right, but she knew that that's how I got there, and that's what she did for me.
Yeah, like leadership takes a lot of different forms. Like when I was able to play, Division I college football, it's like everybody's different. Some are rah-rah, some are
Yeah.
like you rah-rah, and they like shell up and like they make more mistakes. Like
Yeah.
you have to figure out, every case is kind of different, right? So Ramsey, both of you will obviously, as you go forward, will be expected to be leaders. You have a recruiting class that just came in, 13 new girls.
Yeah.
And I was,
There's a
I
lot
told
of them.
coach, like, great inter-squad scrimmage, right? I mean, but like,
Right.
how do you, like, when you think about those girls and you think about the other girls like Lexi, a junior who's right there alongside you getting it done, right? But then you think about these other girls who will be the future, right? And you guys still have more years left to go. Like, how do you bring those 13 ladies along and get them on the same page with you?
Well, definitely for me, like I know before they came in.
It's a
well,
deep question, Ramsey.
It's deep.
Yeah.
But I know when I came in, I was nervous. Like all of us were nervous. We had a small class. There's 4 of us. So I knew, like, being a freshman, it's not easy. Like, it's not easy whatsoever.
It's
So
scary.
it is scary. So then when they all came in, I went out my way and I reached out to all of them because I wanted them to feel like they had someone to talk
Yep.
to. And then, like, when I'm going out and, like, when we're not in soccer, like, I'm asking them to go to the dining hall with me, or, like, if you want to go get food somewhere, and, like, just kind of including them and stuff. And, like, in groups, like, at practice, like, try to intermix with the freshmen, like,
Yeah.
not just go with your friends. So
Right.
that's what I do. So.
Right, and they're all easy to get along with. Like
definitely
they
are.
really are. I did the same thing. I reached out to them to let them know that, if you have any questions, I'm here for you.
I
If
already
you
know
have
you
any,
shared your grapes with them, didn't you? You share your grapes this night time?
And the oranges.
maybe a little bit. But no, like they are all like very easy to get along with. They work very, very hard. I really like all of our freshmen. They're great.
Okay, so we've had a junior, Lexi Twaddle. We've had 2 sophomores, Ramsey Smith and O'Malley O'Quinlan. O'Malley O'Quinlan. What's the senior leadership look like on this team?
We love our seniors.
Talk about them.
Wow.
Sorry,
Where to start?
We're both, I personally love. I love all the seniors, of course. I personally love Allie Stein. Like Allie Stein is my rock in there. Like I know, like being an underclassman, I won't lie. Sometimes in big games, it's a little crazy out there, And she makes me laugh before every single game. We have this like ongoing joke, and she makes me laugh before every single game. And if I don't know something, Allie Stein, like, and she's also right in front of me. It's like she plays right in front of me. So, but I know Ramsey is close with the Stein. There's twins. There's Hannah
Where did
and
they go to high school at?
Canfield.
Canfield.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But-
Cardinals.
yeah, but
Kinda like a
yeah,
Firebird.
Allie Stein is huge to me.
I think like their class specifically, like they're all just such a good group of people.
Yeah,
like each
for
and
sure.
every one of them. Like
For sure.
there's Tori, Gina, Key, the
Yeah.
Steins, Barbie.
Amazing.
I just love all of them. Like I
Yeah.
know like whether they're not in the game or they're on the field, like I can look to them for guidance, and they all
Absolutely.
like. I know I've had so many down points in the game, and at least one of them each game has said something to me.
Right.
To like keep me up, and they all like actually care about everyone on the team.
They
so
do.
They're a good senior class.
They're a great senior class.
What are you majoring in, Ramsey?
Sports management.
Sports management? O'Malley?
I'm going to be a middle school teacher.
Good. I think that suits you well.
Thanks.
Are you gonna be a soccer coach?
Yeah, I want to be. Yeah.
Let's see here. What other questions can I ask you? Here we go. Here's a good one. For you guys, again, keep saying this. You're just sophomores, but what has been, let's say, outside of Finley last week? What's been your best, like, most memorable moment on campus here at Walsh?
Like in soccer?
Yeah, in competition.
Mine would probably be last year ODU. We had to either tie or win to move on to the tournament, I think, or like clinch. And we tied them 1-1, and the other goalkeeper had gotten a red card the game before, so I was in. And I remember it was just such a memorable, like, all right, I cried after the game. I was like so happy on how, like, because college soccer has always been my dream. So that was kind of like my dream coming true. Like, oh my gosh, like we just tied this game, we clinched. O'Malley, I'm proud of you. Like, you know, so it was kind of like a.
Hey, you were proud of yourself.
It was a
That's
freshman
good.
little moment.
It's all right to
that
get
I
emotional.
yeah.
I mean, that's like the
Yeah.
best thing about competition. Like, when you do something great, you're like, man, I mean, it almost brings you to tears.
Yeah,
you know?
it did, but that was probably my most memorable. Yeah.
You have a lot. You got to bring some heat to like beat that.
Oh gosh. Well,
And
okay.
you
I have
can't-
like
and
two.
you can't say ODU and you can't say Finley.
Okay. Oh, I can't say Finley. Finley's my team one. Finley did feel
Finley
good.
was
Like I've
great.
never
Yeah.
felt that energy in my
sure.
life. And then
Yeah.
I think my freshman year was more like personal. I like didn't play much when I went back in, but I got injured last year, like early on in the season. And I remember when I went in for the first time, like after my injury,
Yeah.
everybody's energy towards me was like I could have teared up about it. Like I had girls screaming for me and like patting me on the back.
What was
and
your
like
injury you came back from?
I sprained my ankle and I had bruised cartilage in my ankle, and it wasn't a long injury, but it was enough for me to be like, it was not.
Yeah.
You're a winger. You're a wingback.
Yeah,
I mean,
my-
like you're
yeah.
constantly moving. Like that's a
So
lot
it
of
was
pressure
hard.
on your ankle.
Yeah,
and
it was
it's-
hard to come back from, but definitely like that energy. That's like another reason of like why I love this team. Like
Yeah.
that injury was like horrible on me. Like some of my friends could even tell you I was not in a good like state of mind when it happened. And then
Yeah.
that game, I think it was Malone. So I came back for Malone, and I just remember even the like David, I heard David being like, because I'm 22, he's like, here we go, twos,
Yeah.
and like stuff like that, like little things like that. So,
Yeah, he has us all nicknames.
oh yes,
Rammer the Hammer and O'Malley the Shot Stopper.
yep,
Well,
This guy's awesome.
you just got renamed to the Mallet.
yes.
So Rammer the
Rammer the Hammer.
Rammer the Hammer.
It's been with
Hammer
me.
the
It's been with
hammer.
me since my freshman year of high school. Shout out the
Wow.
senior class my freshman year. I've been Rammer the Hammer since then, every year.
The bomber, the Canton bomber, just lighting people up. That's what you do.
Yeah,
The
yep,
hammer.
the Hammer.
I like it.
The Hammer.
Right.
Yep.
And so, yeah, I mean, whenever you need a little bit extra energy, you just talk to the Mallet.
The Hammer and the Mallet.
Oh, God. Oh, wow. Now, there you go. There-
I
Wow.
love it. Great stuff, guys. I really appreciate it. Ramsey Smith and the Mallet, O'Malley O'Quinlan. Nothing but the best, you guys. First of all, for you,
Thank
and then
you.
you next. Stay healthy,
Thank you.
right?
Thank
I
you.
mean,
Yeah.
that's the biggest thing. You know, you can't
sure.
you can't perform at your best if you don't stay healthy. I mean, that's the hardest thing. You know, just some of us are blessed. I mean, a lot of people get injured and you just never kind of come back and you're never the same again. But you know, it's part of the deal, right?
For
You're gonna get hurt. You know, even you wear the big gloves, don't you? Like,
Yeah.
so how'd you do that to your finger with those big
And
gloves?
sometimes when you
People
got,
kick hard.
Yeah. Yeah. They're hard in
Yeah.
golf. Yeah. It's
It's
yeah.
not high school anymore.
No, it's not high school anymore.
Be the hammer, not the mallet. Or be the
But
hammer,
you wanna-
be the hammer, not the nail, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But I'm not a nail.
Yeah, you need to start like lighting people up. I feel yeah.
Oh, she lights people up, all right.
Tomorrow
Big
night.
mallet.
Tomorrow night.
Watch out.
Check out the hammer and the mallet tomorrow night, 5 o'clock. I'll tell you what, I'll be pulling for you guys. Always am. Walsh Cavalier Athletics, right across the street from Walsh University here Wednesdays at the Wink with the women's soccer team. Ramsey O'Mallet. O'Malley O'Quinlan. Appreciate you guys joining us. Stay healthy. Get
Thank
after
you.
it. Compete. Hit your goals. And we're going to have you back on because you're going to make postseason, and we're going to talk more, right?
Exactly.
For sure.
And you got to make sure the Lexi. Keep
Lexi!
Yes.
keep Lexi in line. I'm
Oh,
worried
we
about
we
her
will.
love
sometimes.
Lexi.
We do love Lexi.
Lexi's great.
So we will be back more next week with Wednesdays at the Wink right here at the Washington Square Winking Lizard. TJ Downing with the SMG Network. Do we have Big Mac? That's right, Big Mac.
Big Mac.
Mallet, Hammer, Coach Hannah Brown. Appreciate you guys, and make sure to patronize the Sam Center, Huntington Bank, Cleveland Clinic, Mercy Hospital, BSN Sports, and Bell Stores. Go to athletics.walsh.edu and also download the Walsh Athletics mobile app. Scores, stats, buy tickets. Come
Yep.
see you
Yes.
guys, right?
Yes.
Get behind these girls. Get behind everything Walsh Athletics. And again, we will be back with more next week, episode 5, and we will expect a couple of victories since then. We'll be following you guys tomorrow night.
Yes.
All right, GMAC, the Great Midwest Digital Network. You'll be able to check these ladies out tomorrow night. Get behind them and get behind everything Walsh Athletics. Till next week, appreciate you. We will see you again. And as we always say,
Swords
Swords
up!